On the 8th of May, South Africans will vote in their 6th national election since 1994 and the end of apartheid. It's significant because it does mark 25 years since those first elections. The ANC ruling party has been in power since 1994, but has seen declining support in recent years. So this election is seen as a referendum, in a way, on the new party leader, Cyril Ramaphosa. Cyril Ramaphosa came to power last year in 2018, in February, having been elected as the ANC's new party president in December 2017. And in that intervening period, he ousted the then President Jacob Zuma, who was widely seen as being corrupt and having presided over what many are now calling a lost decade in South Africa's history. And since then, he has been trying to push a line of party renewal and national renewal. His main opposition is the Democratic Alliance, led by Mmusi Maimane. They had been making inroads into ANC support, particularly in urban areas, in the key metropolitan areas, in part by demonstrating good governance and using Jacob Zuma to their advantage, saying, we are not him, we are not this corrupt leadership, we can do better. Potential spoiler for the election is the Economic Freedom Fighters, led by Julius Malema, a far more radical left-wing party, a very hard line on issues of land reform and economic transformation. South Africa is a very traditional and conservative society, and this kind of rhetoric, while many will sympathise or empathise with these issues and with the line that the party is taking, they may find it difficult to translate that into people voting for them at the ballot box. So as South Africa enters this election, it's coming off what has been 10 years or so of very slow economic growth. Now, South Africa is a very unequal society, one of the most economically unequal societies in the world, but it's also based on the fact that it has got a large rural population, but also urbanizing quite rapidly. And in between this, there's a sense of expanding peri-urban areas as well. So where perhaps 15, 20 years ago, there were small villages, a lot of these people are now moving into areas that are quite widespread, concrete housing. And so it's quite a dynamic social setting. Now, off the back of this, we have, off the back of the 10 years of slow economic growth, there's a real deep frustration that some people have done very well out of the ending of apartheid and the years of democracy since, but there's a deep frustration that not everybody has, and particularly with this urbanizing young, particularly amongst male constituents, there's this sense of we wanted more, and so there's a real tension there. Now, the key issue in the election will be around corruption. This has been seen very bad in South Africa. South Africa, off the back of its history, has a very deep-rooted sense of fairness and a deep-rooted sense of what is just. One of the ways in which Cyril Ramaphosa has been trying to portray a sense of party renewal is through an inquiry into this phenomena of state capture. In so doing, what has happened is that a number of public figures from the party have been coming out with their stories, and at the same time that it has portrayed a party doing the best to try and clean up its act, it also has shed light on some of the worst misgivings under the old presidency. And it has also stoked people's frustrations that not enough has been done.